Alright guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about my experience 2 weeks in with the new iMac 2019. Roll the intro. You know those like freaking intros all the tech channels have or whatever? Learn, create, filmmaking, tips, boobs, whatever. Learn. I don't have an intro. Anyways. About 2 weeks ago, I got this 2019 iMac 5K. I spec'd it out with the i9 8 cores, put in 32 gigs of RAM equaling to 40 gigs of RAM. And let me tell you, this thing is insane. It's a beast of a computer. But I want to talk about some things I didn't talk about in the last video and tell you guys how it's been working with this thing. One of the things I got comments on was why an iMac? Why not a PC? You could have built a PC for way cheaper, for less than money. It's way expensive. Look, you guys, I get it. I understand. Trust me. I didn't just go to the Apple store like some little sheeple and walk in there and was like, ooh, look at the iMac, and just ordered an iMac because I thought it was cool. Let me tell you, I did my research, debated on whether building a PC or not, did all the pros and cons, and I came to the conclusion that at the end of the day, I'm a Final Cut editor. I edit on Final Cut all my projects that I've done, whether it was paid client work or just YouTube, whatever, I've done on Final Cut. That was one of the big reasons why I went with the iMac. My workflow is pretty locked in with Final Cut. I know how to get around, do everything pretty fast, how to edit quick. Everything is just, I already know it pretty well and get the work done. I understand Premiere is industry standard or it's like good as well, but I just don't want to take the time to learn Premiere and all the learning curve with everything and the workflow and file management. I understand it's probably not that crazy. It's not something that I can't learn, but at the moment I just don't have time to sit there and deal with that. You know, the whole thing, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Same thing. I went with iMac because Final Cut works for me. It's not broken. I don't need to fix it. I'm just going to continue my workflow and keep working within Final Cut. Premiere is a great program as well, but I've also heard some stuff about it crashing. It's a little more intense, obviously, as well. As far as editing, I understand there's a couple more things you can do on there, but Final Cut's not bad. I've done professional work with Final Cut, made money with Final Cut, and I haven't had an issue. I've never had a problem where someone's like, hey man, you're not a Premiere editor. We can't work with you. But there is some projects that do ask for Premiere editors specifically. I haven't ran into that yet. For now, Final Cut is doing the job for me. And I do understand it costs a lot more. This machine costs almost $3,000. It costs a lot more money than building a PC, but at the end of the day, it runs smooth. It does not slow down. My workflow has increased ridiculously. Like, I work faster, I don't slow down. Everything's working, everything is rendering fast, everything is just going. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I spent a little more money, but I'm happy with it at least. I'm not like tripping on, man, I spent all this money and it sucks and it doesn't work. It's the total opposite. It's worth it. I want to talk about this computer and how it's been so far. I'll tell you right now, this thing is freaking fast. I don't know how I was working before on my MacBook Pro with all that, wasting all that time rendering out effects or, you know, color grading, whatever. I wasted so much time. Compared to this thing, I'm just flying through projects. It's crazy. Like, I'm a big advocate on work with what you got, make it work. Totally, that is perfectly fine. If video editing and photo editing is your main source of income, it's your full-time job, I highly recommend you upgrade your machine to save time, because at the end of the day, time is money. And if you waste a lot of time, you waste a lot of money, especially when this is your income. If this is like a side thing for YouTube and you can handle, you know, wasting a little bit of time on renders and all that stuff, no problem, you got time. But when you got client work, when you got deadlines, all that stuff, it gets stressful when they're texting you, they're emailing you, they're messaging you, hey, when is the project gonna be done? When is the project gonna be done? And you like make one adjustment to the layer
and it just takes forever and ever to render out.
So with this thing, I make an adjustment, wait like 2-3 seconds, bam, it's done. It's a beauty. I love it. I am so glad I have a machine like this to work on now, because I have saved so much more time. I finish projects, you know, way faster, and I don't have to worry about, damn, I have to make this adjustment and they want it within an hour or so, but it's gonna take longer than that. I know I can get it done. It's freaking amazing. The main thing with me is the time I'm not wasting anymore. The renders are fast, everything is quick. All those little adjustments that you make that take time to render out, those add up at the end of the day. They can add up to hours over a course of the week, over a course of a month, over the course of a year. Can add up to way more hours working that you shouldn't have to be working, all because you're waiting on your computer to freaking render out an effect. Another thing I love about this thing is the screen. I'm definitely getting spoiled and getting used to this freaking 5K display. It's amazing. One thing, I don't know if you guys know, I am colorblind. Yes, I can see colors. I don't see black and white. That's the question I get all the time. oh, so you see like the world black and white? No, I don't see the world in black and white, but there are some colors that I can't really see. But with this screen, the 5K display, there's so much detail, so much color accuracy in there that it helps me see the colors better and get better edits and photo edits too. So I'm definitely spoiling myself with this damn screen, which is kind of bad. The one I have up here is a regular 1080p screen, and I still use it for web browsing and all that, and I reference on it, but I am damn spoiled with this freaking 5K display. It's not even funny. I look at other screens like my phone or TV and stuff, I'm just like, yeah, this thing is insane. One of the things I have loved editing on this computer is photos. Lightroom, I don't know why Lightroom is such a intense, heavy processing program. I don't know too much on the tech side of, you know, the programs and what they do and what they take to run, but I know that it takes a lot. And even Lightroom on this computer will turn the fan on, like it'll trigger the fan. But regardless of that, it still runs so smooth. I can make edits on photos like never, you know what I mean? Like if I make an exposure adjustment, it does it in real time, opposed to when I used to wait on my damn MacBook, make an exposure adjustment. Sometimes the photo wouldn't even load it. I couldn't even see the edit. I have to wait for that to load, then the exposure adjustment, and then if I want to make another one, it would take a little bit of time. It would just take a long time, and those little things add up. By the end of the day, you're taking forever to edit a set of photos. With this thing, I'm just flying through these edits, contrast, exposure, highlight, shadows. I'm just like just going really quick, finishing these photos in less than half the time I used to. Lightroom works amazing on this damn computer, and I'm so stoked on it because now I can get videos and photos done even at the same time. Sometimes I'll have Final Cut open and Lightroom at the same time, and this computer is just freaking, it's just freaking working. Like, it does not slow down. And I'll render something on Final Cut, keep editing some photos, or vice versa. You know, some photos are exporting and I'll work on Final Cut. Export times on Lightroom are insane. Literally, I exported the other day like 70 photos within like 3 minutes, something crazy like that. I was just like blown away because that would take a long time on my MacBook, so I was blown away, honestly. It's insane. Workflow, like I said, has sped up tremendously, and I'm super happy with that. So worth the money. So all in all, this computer, honestly, I couldn't be happier. I'm super stoked every time I walk into this room and see this damn thing sitting here. I'm just like, wow. Like I'm like stoked to work, because before, I mean, I'm always motivated and happy and encouraged and inspired to work, but I knew what it was gonna take. A lot of times rendering, a lot of time trying to make changes, and I couldn't, and it would slow down, and my computer was always overheating and this and that, and I knew that was coming. But now I know I can get on this computer and I can get work done. I can get projects going. I can get more creative. I can try more things because I know it's not gonna take forever. I can layer on more stuff, do different things, and it's just gonna keep me going. The flow is gonna go. Like, that's super important to me when you're working on projects and being creative. The disruption of the flow can ruin a project, essentially. So if you can just get in there, start working, keep going, get focused, and nothing will slow you down, that is priceless, honestly. That is priceless. It really is. So, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I did spend a little more money on it. Yeah, it's not a spec'd out PC, and it works. It doesn't slow me down. I get work done. I make money. I'm happy. I'm creative. That's all that matters, and that's priceless. You know what I mean? So, you might be asking, is this computer for you? Well, I think that this computer can be for you if you're a video editor and a photo editor and you do this for a living. If you are doing this as a hobby, this definitely can be a computer for you, but only if you have extra money to spend on it. It's a lot of money. You gotta be able to somehow balance that out and justify it. If you do this for a living, obviously, yeah, because you can make the money back. This is an investment. This is an investment to your business, an investment to your sanity, an investment to your time. So yes, if this is what you make a living off of, your business is photo and video, invest in a computer like this. It will save you time and money. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video on how my experience with this iMac has been for the last 2 weeks and a half or so. And man, all I gotta say is I love it, and I don't know what the hell I was doing before with my MacBook. It's a life changer. It's a game changer. I am super stoked on it. It's fucking great, honestly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys got something out of this. Hopefully you can buy iMac 2019, 5K display, i9 core, 40 gigs of RAM in the future, because it's worth it, and you'll be happy, and you'll save time and money, and you'll save your sanity, and you won't want to rip your hair out and punch your computer in the future, because you'll be able to get your work done, your videos, whatever it is done, and in a timely manner. That's all I have for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.